Hey guys, it's Keira here. Welcome back to the Subtl YouTube channel. Today, I'm gonna give you all the best tips and tricks to achieve a natural brow. Now, especially if you're someone that has sparse eyebrows like me, you might need to do your brows every day, but maybe your current routine takes way too long, or you just have been doing those kind of blocky eyebrows ever since like 2016, and you haven't figured out a way to make them look more natural. When the soap brow trend was super huge, and maybe still is really popular with some people, to me that just didn't look super natural. It looked like, you know, your eyebrow hairs were kind of like sticking up and then all like you were using soap. So again, while some people love those brows, a lot of the trends are moving just toward a more natural, easy to do brow, and that's what I'm gonna show you today. Using the Brow BFF pen from Subtl. Now, what I love so much about this is that it is 3-in-1, and I've never seen a brow product that's 3-in-1. It has the spoolie, and it has the pencil, but that's where most combo brow products stop. This also has the gel built in. It's a clear gel. There's 5 shades, so there's an eyebrow shade for everyone, but today I'm gonna be using medium brown. So first things first, you do wanna have groomed brows, but you guys, like, I don't go crazy. Like, I do have some brow hairs up here. Like, I don't get my brows waxed. Obviously, I have very minimal eyebrows. I just like to kind of shave or like keep this part clean, and other than that I don't do anything crazy. So I like to always start with a brush. I think this is really important in a good brow, and I think a lot of people skip this step, especially if you don't have like a brush on the end, because, you know, my brows can be kind of pointing down like this, and if you're trying to fill in your brows but they're not brushed out, like, it's just not going to go well. So I like to kind of fluff them up and out. I'm just gonna go up and out, and that just helps me get a really good base. Next, you're gonna wanna fill. So first we fluff, then we fill. Fluff, fill, freeze. That's what the Brow BFF does, and that's what I like to do for my routine. So now you're gonna get your brow pencil. Now, when you're choosing a brow shade, you're gonna wanna go a little bit lighter than you think, and that will help you with making it look super natural. If your shade is too dark for you, you're kind of screwed. You really can't make it look natural. You're gonna have to feel like you need to fill it in more than you do, and it's just not gonna look great. So if you can find the shade that perfectly matches or is even just a little lighter, like I've actually used the taupe shade before and it works great. However, when I had to use the dark brown shade once, it did not look good. Okay, now if you take a pencil and go like this, like from the inner corner of your eye up, that's really where your brow hairs should start. So for me on this end, like, we're pretty good. It's in enough. This one is not, so I kind of have to fake the beginning of my brow on this side, and I'm gonna show you how I do that. So I start with very light strokes upward. See that? It looks real, and you're super up close and you really can't tell that it's a pencil, and that's because I'm using my hand very lightly. Light, light, light. And I'm just kind of flicking in an upward motion. I kind of have to fill in this little gap here. Voila. You see that? A little bit lighter than my actual brow, but I'm not gonna add anything else because, again, like, lighter is better. And then I'll go on the other side and just kind of even it out, fill in any spaces that are a little gappy. Another thing is that this brow goes down a lot lower than this one, so I kind of try to even them out in that way. But I always like to say your brows are sisters, not twins, so you don't need to stress about making them look perfectly even, but the more symmetrical you can make them in a natural way, the better. So then I'm gonna go out like this. I'm gonna fill in this little part ever so slightly. And I'm going very slow just so you guys can really see what I'm doing. But normally I go a lot faster, and I do it in the direction of my brow hairs, and that's pretty much it. Okay, now we're gonna finish the other side, and again, my brow kind of goes down, so I try to kind of bring it up a little, especially to match this side. So I kind of fill in this upper arch here. So like, you can gently kind of change the shape of your brows, but if you're trying to draw this like stick straight brow, that's just not gonna look as natural. You can add little parts and like accentuate what's maybe not there. Okay, and then the end, don't get too crazy with it. And that's perfect. See, some people might be tempted to be like, oh, this spot or this spot, this spot. No, because when you start overfilling is when it starts to look unnatural and blocky. So I really encourage you to just, if your brows tend to look blocky, just go like much lighter than you think for a little while, and I promise you that it's enough. Okay, then I like to go in with the brush again, go through everything. This kind of straightens all the hairs up, but it also just kind of helps smooth everything out a little bit. All right, and then last but not least, we have the gel. Now this is important because it helps them stay in place. When I was just using a pencil, it looked really good at the beginning of the day, and then by the end of the day, like my brow hairs had moved and had gone down. And I kind of like to make my hairs at the end stick out instead of down. And I love this gel because it's very natural and you can't detect it at all. This is the first gel I've used that I feel that way about. Every gel I used before this, well, I didn't use a gel because I didn't like any of them, but this is the first one that I actually like. See, I should probably tweeze those hairs right there, but oh well. And then you can kind of, if any are sticking out too much, go along and just get them down. All right, and there you have it. That is my natural brow routine. Again, I was going like very slow for the video so you guys could really see what I'm doing, but normally it takes me 30 seconds. It's super quick. And it just makes such a difference when you have a natural light brow, especially when you're low or medium contrast skin type. It really helps to have a brow that like adds dimension to your face but doesn't overpower it. I hope you guys loved this video. Comment down below any questions you have, or if there's any other Subtl products that you want me to do kind of a slowed down dedicated tutorial to. I would love to do that for you guys. We post new videos every Sunday, so please don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss them. Hit the like button, and like I said, comment down below any other tutorials that you would like to see, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.